So I'm going to do another example. Well, I've done another example for you. I've got kind to lay it out properly to check the answers as well, which we can do on this, which is good in the exam because checking your own answers, you know you've got it right, and you can move out of your exam going, well, I definitely know I got 3 marks on that question because I checked my answer and I was right. And that's always nice because you know we always guess whether we got a question right or not. So the question is x plus 5 squared equals 4. Okay, there's no number in front of it like before, but that wouldn't have mattered. That was just an extra step above, wasn't it? So in fact, we got 1 step less. So we're going straight in for the squared. We want to square root that 4 to get rid of the square. So x plus 5 equals square root of 4. And we know that's 2. But there's 2 solutions, isn't there? So it's a plus and a minus 2. Now we've got a plus 5 there, so we know we've still got a bit of work to do to find out x. So we're going to plug in our plus 2 and minus 2. So x plus 5 equals 2. X equals 2 minus 5, because that's a plus 5. It's gone over and changed signs. It's inverse. X equals minus 3, because 2 minus 5 equals minus 3. And we write it as x1 equals minus 3, purely because we've got 2 solutions and we're labelling our solutions. Next one, we're using our negative part of the question. So x plus 5 equals negative 2. X equals minus 2 minus 5, because it's a plus. So minus 2 minus 5 equals minus 7. So x2, our second solution, equals minus 7. That's your answer. But if you're clever enough to remember this, you could check your answer. So all you're going to do is substitute, and we all know how to substitute if you've looked at my other videos. You're going to substitute our answers into the question. So I've got a minus 3. So I'm going to put minus 3 into the original sum. This is the original sum we're looking at. It's not working. That's the original sum. Minus 3 plus 5 squared equals 4. Okay, that's the original. So that now becomes minus 3 plus 5, which you know is 2. So it becomes 2 squared equals 4. And we know that 2 squared does equal 4. So it's right. Minus 7, which is our second solution, plus 5 equals negative 2. Now you remember you can't have a negative power. So the answer is 4. So there we have it. If that had turned out to be 6, you got a problem, because it's got to equal 4. So that's how you check your answers. But we'll carry on and do some and you'll understand. So we're going to do the same here. Nice and easy. Let's square root that 9. And we know that the square root of 9 is what? I hear you cry. Yes, it's a 3, but it's also a plus and a negative 3. So let's work on our 2 solutions. So we've got y plus 5 equals, let's work on the plus first, equals 3. Y equals 3 minus 5, because that's a plus and it's gone over the equal sign. So y equals negative 2. And that's our 1. Our one solution. Same again. Y plus 5 equals negative 3. Y equals negative 3, negative 5, because that's a plus. So y equals negative 8. Let's put the 2 there. So that's your answer. Let's check our answer. So we've got the original sum. So we're going to put our y1 in. So that's minus 2 plus 5 squared equals 9. So minus 2 plus 5 is 3 squared. And we know that 3 squared equals 9. So that one's right. Let's check for our solution 2, which is -8. Let's do -8 plus 5 squared equals 9. -8 plus 5 is -3. And you know you can't have a negative squared number. So the answer is 9. So there you go. So the next one is exactly the same. Let's get rid of the square root. So I've got left x minus 6 equals the square root of 81. Should know that the square root of 81 is 9 because 9 times 9 equals 81. So I'm left with x minus 6 equals plus or minus 9. So let's find our two solutions. So we got x minus 6 equals plus 9. We use the plus part. X equals 9 plus 6. That's a negative. So our first solution is 15. And then we'll do the second one. X minus 6 equals minus 9. X equals minus 9 plus 6, because it's a negative. X equals minus 9 plus 6 is -3. So that's our second solution. So let's check our answer. Put it back into the original. This is our original part, original question. So let's do our first solution, which is x1 replaces x. So it's 15 minus 6 squared, and it should all equal 81. 15 minus 6 is opposite 9. 9 squared equals 81. Happy days. And now we'll do our negative, which is our solution 2, which is -3 minus 6 squared equals 81. -3 minus 6 equals -9. And we know you can't square root negative, so it's a plus. So the answer is 81. There you go. You've got your answers. Next one, same again, square root the 144. So we're going to go y minus 12 equals the square root of 144. You should all know this. Square root of 44 is 12 because 12 times 12 is 144. Plus or minus 12. So let's sort out our two solutions. Y minus 12 equals, let's do the plus part, which is 12. Y equals 12 plus 12, which equals 24. So our first solution, y1 equals 24. And the next one, y minus 12 equals -12. Y equals -12 plus 12. Y equals 0. So our second solution equals 0. Let's check our answer. Put it into the original. Y1, let's do 24 minus 12 squared equals 144. 24 minus 12 we know is 12. 12 squared equals 144. So we know that our Y1, our first solution is correct. And the second one is 0 minus 12 squared equals 144. 0 minus 12 is obviously minus 12 squared. And you can't have a negative squared root. So 12 to the power of 2 squared equals 144. You got your answer right. So I hope you understand those. If not, rewind, pause, all that sort of stuff. And I can assure you, you will get it. But it's actually knowing which solution to use. But using the squared root method on these is perfect. Just remember to check your answers, and you'll be fine. Okay.